The next thing that you'll see is the list. It says neuroplasticity, okay? I want everyone to say that word, neuroplasticity. Go, neuroplasticity. Okay. Here's what that means, and here's why this is so important. What I am telling you is not based upon opinion. It is based upon fact that now is taught in every single medical university. Prior to the 1975, prior to that, in the early 70s, the belief in the medical community is that the brain itself did not change in the way in which it was organized. So the part of the brain that dealt with hearing was here, seeing was here. Every single function had a different station, and that those stations never moved. Just the way in the 14th century the belief was that the earth was the center of the universe, and everything ran around it. By the late 70s, they realized, through working on primates and before that on rabbits, that when they removed the auditory system from the rabbit, guess what happened? It started to hear through their eye sockets. And when they removed the eye sockets, the brain rearranged itself. The brain is able to continually rearrange itself. It is why I remember now, I'm in practice over 30 years, I had a client who was mugged in Central Park that had a quarter of his brain blown out at close range, and 9 months later, he had a full recovery and absolutely no impairment. You know, his brain was able to rearrange itself, luckily enough for him. So when we talk about neuroplasticity, we talk about the ability for the brain to rearrange itself. Now, why is that so important? How many people here think that they have not been hypnotized? Okay. I will tell you that everyone has been, and here's what I mean by that. The frontal lobe is called the rational cognitive brain, but it is not fully wired or fully online until about the ages of 18 to 25. That is the reason that we do not hold children guilty of crimes at a certain age. It is the reason that contracts cannot be signed by anyone under the age of 18. It is because that the frontal lobe is unable to filter the information of the emotions. So every child who grew up in a house where they were told, you're this, you're that, you know, this is who you are, absorbed that negative information because they were unable to process it and say, you know what, maybe one parent drank too much, maybe another parent was abused, maybe another parent had mental illness. They simply absorb it. And often through 20, 30 years of therapy, they're still trying to figure out how to get out of the hole they're in, because they've never changed the way in which their brain processes. If you change the way you think, you will change your destiny.